Welcome to Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, the podcast where three guys with big opinions and even bigger appetites go head-to-head on all things food, movies, sports, and whatever else gets us fired up. We blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauces, peanut butters, and those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store but never dare to try. We rank them, we review them, and sometimes even surprise ourselves. Because trust us, we did not expect KC Masterpiece to take the crown. It's not just food. We're talking movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever madness is going on in the world. One thing's for damn sure. We're loud, we're funny, and we're not afraid to tell it like it is. Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Now, here are your hosts, James, Fridge, and Tommy.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 5 of Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. I'm James. We got Fridge and Tommy, and our special guest today of questionable character, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
Becca's got questionable characters because A, she's really cool because she married my good friend Tommy, but B, she's an Eagles fan. So I'm just going to bring that up right off the bat. Becca, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, I'm Becca, married to Tommy. Yes, I'm an Eagles fan, have been since I've been with Tommy.
Only since or since before?
No, only since.
So it's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska, so I was a Cornhuskers fan,
Nothing wrong with that.
and they didn't have any other teams, so
Everything I know about the Cornhuskers is that Jim Carrey and Yes Man went to one of their games.
Yeah.
That's about all I know about the Cornhuskers. But they look fun. They look like a football team town.
Yeah. Other than that, I like to do puzzles.
Like
And
jigsaw puzzles?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Those are
Yeah.
super fun.
I like 1,000 pieces and higher.
Okay.
Not currently working on any, and I love to bake, and I brought you guys a surprise today. I brought you some pineapple upside down cake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fridge is going to love it.
I know he loves fruit, so
He's gonna fall in love with it. Thank you for bringing that, by the way.
yeah,
Thank you,
of course.
Thank you.
So what brought you from Omaha, Nebraska to the lovely state of Michigan?
Well, not a fun thing, but my parents actually were getting divorced, so my mom had family here, and she decided to come to Michigan. So
Right on, right on.
yeah,
We'll just open that wound right up.
that's all right.
All right. So this week I got a question for y'all. I'm going to start with, we're going to go superheroes here.
Okay.
Or super people or superpowers. I want you all to pick 3 superpowers if you were supers.
We get 3 powers?
You get 3 powers. Tell me what 3 you'd pick. And I don't want to hear like omnipotence. We're not going godlike. 3
Okay.
actual superpowers.
You're impotent?
I'm leave my medical shit out of this, okay?
First one would be flight. I know flight.
You took mine.
No, I'm going to change mine from flight to be able to teleport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why fly when you can just teleport wherever you need to go?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things, teleportation's got its advantages. I think flight has different advantages.
So first one would be teleportation. Strength. Like Hulk strength.
So unlimited based on anger or just
Ooh.
strength?
Or like Captain America strong.
He's not even that strong.
No, he's not.
Spider-Man's stronger than him. By far.
But he's got Spidey strength.
Yeah, well, Captain America, I think his strength level is about 2,000 pounds. So, I mean, he's super strong, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
in the terms of superhero-dom, not strong at all. Spider-Man, I think, is 200,000 pounds. So, like...
Because then, like, Juggernaut is super strong, and he...
I mean, he's an Omega level mutant, though.
No,
right? I
yeah.
mean, so, he's unstoppable force.
That's... Once he starts, he can't... he doesn't stop.
Yeah. So, you got teleportation and strength of some kind. You just going super strength? We're just going to call it super strength?
Yeah, we'll say super strength
Okay.
and teleportation. Third one.
Don't think too hard here.
Come back to me on this.
Becca, put you on the spot.
All right. I'd say mind reading,
Okay.
because I think that would be fun to know what people think, just because. Flight, I guess, since you stole that from me. I think that would be fun to fly around.
You stole her heart and her flight.
I know. And last but not least, I would say strength, but like strength like Wonder Woman.
Okay.
She's
that
a
makes
very
sense.
strong person.
Yes.
Fridge, what do you got?
I don't know. No, regeneration. Like, cut a limb off, can grow back.
Okay, good.
Close up bullet holes.
Uh-huh.
We'll do
I like
that.
it.
I'm doing the Hulk strength. I agree with that, because we smash some shit. And then I just want to be fast, like the Flash.
Okay. So you got strength, speed, and regen. Okay.
I kind of like also, I don't know if this is an actual, but making someone like change their mind or like bend to your will, like
It's like mind control.
mind control. Yes.
Or brain control.
Brain control,
If you
yes.
ever watched Dinner for Schmucks.
Yes.
Yeah. That's actually, I watched that recently. That's a pretty decent movie.
It's a once-a-year movie for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoy it. We call it Dinner for Unterschlagen. So, I'm surprised. So it took until the end for you to come up with that one, and you did mind reading. That all of you went with physical attributes, because mine are going to be mostly mind-based. I'm going with telekinesis, first of all, moving objects with my mind.
That's a good one.
Then I want the mind control, and then I want mind reading. I want all three. I want a triple trifecta of mind control.
Okay.
So, I'm not regenerating. I'm not living longer, but damn, I'm going to make everyone do what I want. So here's the kicker. Are you going to use your powers for good or bad?
Strictly evil.
Thank you. That's the right answer.
I'm gonna be I'm a villain.
Yeah.
I'm a villain.
Becca, you're going to ruin it, aren't you?
No, I actually love the villain, so I'm going to be evil.
Got to go bad. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no profit in being a hero. I'm sorry. And then, if you watch any of these movies, the heroes always get shit on. You destroyed my building and you got to...
Thanos was right.
Well, let's not go that far.
Thanos was right.
Was he?
Yes.
He eliminated half the universe because his planet could not support their population. But what about the ones that could?
Thanos was right.
I'm asking a question. You didn't answer me. There's a million trillion planets out there that could support their populations, and he destroyed half of it because of what? His planet couldn't support them?
Yes, but you can also see the writing on the wall.
Can you? You don't think there's possible technological advances in futuristic planets that can make renewable energy and renewable food sources that can support an infinite amount of futures to come, or terraform their own planets that don't have harboring of life or anything like that?
Okay, but
Why couldn't he just snap his fingers and double the food?
okay, now you do have you you do have a good point there. I will give you that.
Double the resources, double the space of the universe. I mean, there's a million ways you could do without genocide.
But funner.
What?
But genocide is funner.
It's funner. Okay, I'm not even going to pick on that one.
I mean, we did say evil.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's certain levels of evil that
He
you guys-
did have a point though.
His idea was well. I don't even know the word I'm looking for. He didn't have ill intentions per se, but he did it wrong. Just saying. And again, like I said, there's one option of genocide. There's a million options other than genocide. He picked the one that kills half the universe. And I don't even know. I didn't look into it too much, but did he kill off half the sentient beings, or did he kill off all living things?
Living life, yeah.
So bacteria? Everyone disappears. Half the bacteria in your body disappears. You're half bacteria.
But I have a question. Do you think in our current climate, knocking off, not picking, but just half of the population right now, would our current world be better going from, what are we, 7 to 8 billion people, knocking it down to 4 billion people?
Would we be? No, I don't think we'd be better off.
I'm talking about the population of the United States?
Earth.
Or
Earth.
That's what I was asking.
The dirt planet.
Are we taking off the U.S. or just everybody?
Everybody.
I can't see us being better off. I mean, certain aspects of like certain countries, sure, they're better off, but we have enough food and space and housing, especially in our country, to support every single person in this country. You know, you get into the densely populated areas of like India, you know, where I'm not trying to be offensive here, but slums.
Yeah.
That's maybe a different thing, but we have corporate greed in America that is causing it where we don't support the people that we can support, the homeless, the poor, the needy. We have the resources, we have the money, we just don't do it because
don't do it.
Where's the money in giving things away?
Yeah.
So that we can talk about that a lot, but this is not
we
necessarily
were going down a wormhole that
this is not necessarily a political
Yeah.
podcast, and I'll piss a lot of people off with my opinion. So yeah, so we're all evil people. That's awesome.
Well, kind of stick on the subject, but not. If you could, since we kind of touched on Juggernaut, who is your favorite X-Men? Because I have one in mind that is not popular far as the movies per se, but I love him in the comics.
Who is
and
it?
I know you've been getting back into the comic books lately. I love Warpath.
Okay. Why Warpath though? I mean,
he's got a little bit of everything. He's also of Indian descent, and I have a little bit of Indian in me, and that's why I kind of went towards him. He's got the regenerative. He's got the speed. Are
you like one of those white people that take a 23andMe, find out you're 1% black, and say the N-word in
I'm
public?
actually I was actually going to take the 23andMe and to see how much, because my great grandfather was 50%, and then I have both on both sides, paternal and maternal, they are Blackfoot Indian. And my parents said, you might want to check. You might be of 1/8 of when you put them all together. Because I know my great-grandma, I forget how much. But anyways, I was thinking about actually checking to see how much Blackfoot Indian I have in me.
Well,
because I have it on both sides.
I can tell you that, I have heritage, that the lineage that goes back to native people of the United States. And when I ended up taking the test, it's very, very small. And, you find out genetics are not 50-50. So,
yeah.
My grandmother on my mom's side, my maternal grandmother, is off the boat from Italy. Mm-hmm. My DNA says I'm like 8% Italian. So the math doesn't out.
Yeah, that's why I always thought it was going to be a waste of my time.
Well,
so
it's fun to look at, but how much I can believe it, whatever. I mean, we're all a melting pot, right?
Yeah. And then like my grandpa is Irish, red hair, all, and then I'm gonna find out I'm like 2% Irish, and here I celebrate the Irish heritage, and excited for tomorrow, and I'm gonna find out I'm like 2%. I'm gonna be so aggravated.
Yeah, the tomorrow comment. We're filming or we're recording a day early here. Bong! Here we go again.
I'm an idiot.
Tornado strikes again.
As for my favorite, I'm gonna be. It's a little bit of cop out. It's a little bit cheap here, but Franklin Richards, Reed Richards' son.
Okay, Fantastic Four.
So Franklin Richards is like the most godlike character of all. He's the only person that Galactus is scared of. Mm-hmm. He makes micro universes for fun and just plays with them. So like, he's just that strong and that insane.
Legion is pretty cool too.
Legion would have nothing on Franklin Richards.
I totally agree, but I'm just bringing up another character that's pretty cool is Legion.
Fridge, X-Men.
The big metal dude, Colossus.
Colossus? All right. He turns into metal. He's pretty cool.
And him liking strength, so yeah.
Yeah.
Becca's not really a nerd.
Well,
Him and Juggernaut?
Actually, I like Wolverine and Storm.
Okay.
Those are my two.
Storm's an alpha. I mean,
yeah.
I think she might even be an Omega level mutant, but I'm not sure. But I could nerd out about this all day. So
yeah.
One of my favorite games on Sega Genesis was the X-Men game. It's a good side-scroller.
It's awesome.
platformer. Yeah. Always played as Iceman, though.
X-Men Legends, I believe, is called on PS2, I believe is. That's pretty good, too.
Never played that one, but...
It's a over-the-top one. It's pretty good.
Gotcha. Like a Gauntlet Legends type game?
Yes.
Right on. So Becca is Storm and Wolverine. Is there a reason why? They're very opposite characters. One's very close quarters, beat him up, and the other one's like, hey, let me throw a twister at your face.
I don't know. I guess just growing up, I used to watch the cartoon, and I thought they were cool. So,
What do you think of Halle Berry's portrayal of Storm? Because I don't like it.
no. She's all right. Nothing
She's
too crazy.
never really cared for... Even when we watch the movies together, she's never cared for her.
Yeah, I mean, Halle Berry is, and I'm not saying it's the only reason, but I figure it's one of those characters that got cast because she is the it girl for a while, and she was pretty
I will
star-studded,
say
you know.
she was okay. Now I'm a girl, but you know what? She was hot in Flintstones. I think so.
So she had the short, choppy hair.
Yeah.
The best she looked was when she had her titties out in was it Monsters
Monsters Ball.
Yeah, that's a great one. Thank you, Tommy.
I've not seen that movie, so I'll have to check it
Her
out.
and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's got a nice little rack there. So let's go down. Mr. Skin or AZ Nude? Oh, never mind.
I have no idea what that is.
Skin.
So you guys have seen the movie Knocked Up, right?
Yes.
So I just love it that their whole thing, they're all working, these 6 or 7
Yeah.
guys working on this movie database of when and where people show their breasts.
1337.
Oh, there's titties. Oh, we got opening credit titties. Oh my god! But then the guy comes. He's like, "Oh, you mean like Mr. Skin?" He's like, "What?" And then none of them knew who Mr. Skin was. I've known who Mr. Skin was since I was 6 years old.
I was going to say, yeah. That was like one of the first, quote unquote, porn sites that I was aware of.
I knew about WhiteHouse.com when I was
I think,
very, very
and
young.
then I think Rate My Boobs or Rate My... it was called Rate My Boobs or Rate My... something, yeah. There was one of the originals.
Tommy's going
On dial-up.
Every time he rates a 10, he says, right-click, save his picture. Right-click, save his picture.
Spank Bank.
Oh, man. WhiteHouse.com, though, there was a story where one of the teachers in my school district got fired for sending kids to that website doing a research paper. So, but then again, I mean, who would know that WhiteHouse.com was a pornography website in the 90s? So,
Just not WhiteHouse.gov.
yeah. So White House, I believe the White House now owns the actual website, but that was a whole thing for many, many years. So that does bring it up, though, Tommy. You mentioned being Irish, and tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. Today's St. Practice Day, as a lot of people like to call it. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that. Now, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, St. Patrick's Day is celebrating St. Padraig or whatever, and he drove the snakes out of Ireland. Is that the holiday's rumor or mythology?
Yeah. Yes.
And because of that, we drink our asses off and black out and get drunk here in America.
I don't see the correlation, but yes.
So I want to start with this, though. There's a lot of this going around nowadays where people say, white girl wearing dreads, cultural appropriation. But what is it about that doesn't seem to carry over? Because tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, everyone is dressing in green and everyone's being Irish and et cetera, et cetera. Is it cultural appropriation to do that? I mean, I don't think so, but it's just we're at that age now.
I don't think so.
I mean, cultures are meant to be shared, but like, you've all seen it, right? I mean, where someone gets pissed off because someone that's not ethnically African in descent is wearing dreads, and they get yelled at by someone who's black.
If a black man shows up in a kilt tomorrow, I couldn't care less.
Well, if a black man shows up in a kilt tomorrow, I'm just wondering how he is doing that, because shouldn't his dangle be below the kilt? That is the stereotype, right?
Yes.
Big BBC. No, celebrate the culture, celebrate the history, celebrate the everything about it.
Yes.
It's meant to be shared. I've seen this video where this person goes to, I think they were in Mexico, and wearing a very stereotypical. They were wearing a sombrero with a poncho, and walking up to the natives and going, "Is this okay?" And they're all like, "We love this."
Yeah.
And he does the same thing on a college campus in the United States, and everyone's like, "That is so racist and bad."
What I've noticed is that white people will stand up for the minorities more than the minorities will speak up. The minorities are cool.
Because typically I don't think that it's something that needs to be stood up for.
Yeah.
I think that's what it really ends up coming down to. But let's continue the Irish talk. Let's get off the politics. Here we go again. I think I want to pause here in a little bit and get myself some shots, on St. Practice Day.
Okay.
But let's talk about Irish whiskey.
Okay.
I think it is the best whiskey there is. It's better than Canadian whiskey. It's better than American whiskey and bourbon. It's better than Scotch.
Scotch.
I'm a Tullamore drinker. Jameson is a close follow up, and then you have a lot of places that are trying to emulate. Like I think Irish 12 is Conor McGregor's Irish whiskey. Mm-hmm. It's not that good. And I've been through the ranks, going through liquor stores and give me an Irish whiskey that I've never had. I think Valentino's is one of them. I still end up going back to Tullamore Dew. So Fridge agrees with me. Irish whiskey's better when it comes to whiskey. Becca, Tommy,
I'm not big on whiskey. I am more vodka if I do drink. But every time you serve me anything that is Irish whiskey, it is fantastic. So, like I said, whenever you give me, I absolutely love. But when it comes to whiskey, I'm just not a big whiskey person. But like Jack and I'm not a big whiskey. But Irish whiskey is a lot more smooth to me.
Jack Daniels has an aftertaste of bananas.
I don't get the banana.
You're one of the few that don't, but if you look online and search Jack Daniels banana, it's popular that people are thinking this. Andy, who was on last week, is the one that ruined it for me because I started getting into whiskey, and as a lot of people do, I was just taking shots of Jack, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Doesn't it taste like bananas at the end?" And then all of a sudden I tasted it. I'm like, "Motherfucker, I can't drink this anymore." Because all I tasted was banana aftertaste, and it ruined it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the orange JMO.
I've never had it straight up. I've only had it as part of the orange tea. So green tea, but replacing the Jameson with Jameson orange. It tastes like an orange Tic Tac. It's okay. It's sweet. It's got that fake orange flavor, but I don't dislike it.
My drink of choice is a 3 Olives Cherry Double on the Rocks.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, what?
A 3 Olives Cherry Double on the Rocks.
So you're drinking plain chilled whiskey. Or vodka.
Yeah. That's my go-to drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
She don't even know because I don't drink very much.
Yeah, but that's also wrong, dude. Like you're bad big guy and a bad drinker now too. Well, why are we friends?
Well, my friend Kevin, who passed away from a brain aneurysm,
because he was drinking 3 Olives.
Actually, it was from Coke.
He mixed it with Coke. Okay. So there's something you're not supposed to do.
We used to throw darts every Sunday, and we would go up to Hooters, and
Hooters.
We would start there, and we would do 3 Olives Cherry Double on the Rocks, have a couple there, and then we would move to the Detroit pub over on Harper and 12 Mile or 13 Mile, and we would get the same drink, and I learned to love it, and then it just became my drink of choice.
Straight up vodka just doesn't sound like a pleasant time to me.
I was actually at Kroger, and I seen a bottle of vodka the other day, and I'm like, man, I don't drink enough to...
I think it was apple pie, wasn't it?
It was some apple pie vodka from Blake's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now...
Vodka monsters.
Well, anything with caffeine, you're in. But apple pie, there's nothing better than a good old motorcycle club biker apple pie moonshine. Yes. They make it the best. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit biased there because my history with MCs, but yeah.
We've had some good batches.
I'll make you some apple pie moonshine that'll blow your fucking socks off. I'm trying to literally order booze as I'm talking right now. So. Becca, what's your opinion on whiskeys? I know you pretty much you take more like a sweet kind of girly shot when we tend to do shots at the bar. I know you're not a big drinker.
She
in the
loves
first place.
the green tea.
You
shot.
got me on those green teas.
Green teas are great. Yeah,
they are. I do like those when I drink. It's been a very long time, but If that, typically I like, I guess, darker beers like porters.
She don't really do.
I don't really do. No.
Yeah, no, I get it. So what is your drink of choice?
If I had to pick like my favorite, I used to like oatmeal stout. That would be my.
What you like that one bean flicker,
the
right?
Bean Flicker by what is the American something? I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
There used to only be one place you could get it at. I'm trying to think of the brand
bean
name.
flicker she liked.
It's got like this weird looking like tree guy on the front cover.
Yeah, bean flicker.
Yeah.
I've never had it. But
I like coffee, so
I get it. Okay,
that's probably why.
but
Yeah.
everyone needs to flick their bean every now and then.
It's not the same thing, James.
It doesn't get you off like that. I mean,
No,
I don't think she's ever
But-
tried.
no, that's
Drink the beer and flick the bean.
nope.
Odd side ales.
Odd Side Ales. Yep, that's it. They do make some different ones, but no, I just really not a big drinker. It's rare occasion, maybe once or twice a year, if that.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I have went from a 6-day a week drinker to I drink probably once or twice a month now, but it's Irish Day, so I'm gonna get some drinks in me.
And we do have a beer to review tonight too, as well.
That's cool. So I mean, let's get off the Irish whiskey. How about Irish beer? I mean, you said you like porters. Guinness, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, that's one I've
fantastic.
never tried.
You never had a Guinness, really?
No.
So it's completely unassuming and unharmful and
It's chocolate milk.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is
No,
creamy.
yeah.
It's thick. It's everything you want in a man in a beer at the same time. Tall, dark, and handsome. But if you're out there, I'd go for Smittix over a Guinness any day of the week.
Okay.
But that's just me.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
It's great. A lot of people will call it Smithwick's because that's how it smelled, but it's Smittix.
That's how it smelled.
What?
You said that's how it smelled.
I said how it's spelled.
You said smelled.
All right, I'm gonna literally listen to this episode tomorrow, and if I said it correctly, you owe me $1.
A gentleman's bet.
But
Yes, like in, what is that movie? Coming to America.
No.
No.
Trading Places.
Trading
you had
Places.
the right actor.
Darn it.
one of the right actors. So
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah. So as I do when it comes to alcohol, my nickname in a lot of worlds is Chugger, and I'm sitting here with Tommy, who is the only person in my entire life that's ever been able to beat me in a chug, who now cannot anymore, due to gastric. But
And just to let you know, you are the only one who has ever beat me in a chug.
yeah, so that we went back and forth. I remember.
Oh man, in the garage.
Yeah, so just a quick anecdote. If you want to get drunk quickly, you go against someone like me and Tommy when it comes to chugging. Solo cups, 16-ounce solo cups filled with beer, 2 each. And we went head to head. And we both chugged 2 16-ounce beers, and we tied. It was indistinguishable who won. So the person that was running this said, fucking fill them up again. So we filled up 2 more, tied again. So we filled them up for a third time. This is 16-ounce beers in a course of, 5 minutes?
Maybe even less.
Chugged them again, and I beat Tommy by a split hair of a second, whatever. Straight to fucking hammered. And I believe you were throwing up within 15 minutes.
Yeah, because
It was an empty of the stomach, not a too drunk thing.
Yeah, and right before that, we were pounding White Castles.
But it sounds about right.
Doesn't
we
shock me.
got a crave case, and we were eating them in the garage.
So, horrid combination.
Yeah.
Because I think that was Bush Light. So,
Yeah.
Fridge tries to chug sometimes, too.
No comment?
Staring at me.
I know. Deer in
I'm trying to think
headlights.
of what's the last time we...
I don't know. You've
That
tried
bottle-
before.
I'd be
I-
interested to see if I could chug anything. I mean, I couldn't do nothing crazy
are we
with the
chugging?
size of my stomach, but
I mean, if we're going to chug, we might as well make it worth something and have alcohol. So, beer, mixed drink, liquor.
Oh,
I can tell you one time, it was one of the drunkest nights I've ever had in my life. I went to a local watering hole here. I used to go to this place called the Billerus, and one of my best friends was a bartender there, and I went in there. I had a bad day. I had a real bad day. Walk in. What do you want, James? And this is back when I drank Captain Morgan. I went, I want a triple shot of Captain. Her being my friend and the bartender, she pulled out a 23-ounce tall boy glass and filled it 3/4 of the way up with Captain Morgan. So, like, probably, 10, 12 shots worth? And I chugged the bitch. And that was easily one of the drunkest nights of my life.
One of the drunkest nights I've ever had was with you.
Probably.
We were down in your room, down in the basement, and
It was back when I lived with my mom.
You introduced me to Reddit. I didn't even know what Reddit was. And you were showing me Reddit, and then we got on YouTube, and we were watching Golden Buzzer videos of America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And we took a huge bottle of Sailor Jerry, and we just went back and forth until we emptied that bottle.
That sounds right.
And we did that, and within an hour and a half, and yeah, I was messed up that night.
So it brings to mind a question that I ask a lot of people. What is something you've drank so much of and got so drunk or so sick off of that you can no longer drink it?
Butterscotch schnapps.
That was quick.
Oh, I remember I was at my friend Asia's house, and it was
Asia Body?
No. It was
No,
just
I know an Asia Body, and that's the only person I've ever met named Asia.
No.
So
it was me and Tim both got sick that night off butterscotch schnapps, and me and him, if I were to ask him, I bet you it would be, I don't even want to talk.
Your first problem is getting drunk off of schnapps, dog.
Well, we had other things, but we took a shot of the schnapps, and we're like, ooh, that's really good because we like butterscotch. Then we're like, oh, take another one, and then
Ooh, piece of candy.
Then we got sick, and it was terrible.
So how much of it did you drink?
We probably each did a pint each, and we were drinking other things, but we got sick, and when we got sick, that's all we could taste when it came back up, and that ruined it. I haven't had it since, and that's been 10 years, probably at least.
Let me edit my order and get some butterscotch.
My story isn't as riveting as yours is, but mine is Captain Morgan. It was actually prior, to the age of being legal, but whatever. Had a half gallon to my head and probably drank a very good portion of it. I don't remember that night at all.
So Captain Morgan spiced rum, just straight up Captain?
Yep. Okay. No chaser, no nothing. And anytime I see it or anything similar like Sailor Jerry, like you guys like, I am like, nope, makes me sick to my stomach. And this was over 20 years ago.
So mine's also a Captain Morgan, but it's not spiced rum. It was the Captain Morgan pre-made Long Island iced tea in a half-gallon plastic jug. And I drank the entire half-gallon to myself.
Oh.
It was the sickest I've ever been. It's the first and only time in my life I had what's called projectile vomiting. I remember laying down in my bed, waking up, sitting up, and then puking, and it missed my bed. It hit over my feet. That's how projectile vomit I had. Even looking at it nowadays, it just makes me gag. So, fridge, is it Jack Daniels yet? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it because of the one a couple months ago?
No, I'm back drinking Jack now, but for a long time I couldn't.
Is it because you do that every time?
No, me and my buddy Matt, I think it was a graduation party, had a couple bottles of Jack, and I woke up in a barn. His stepmom was like, hey, where's Matt? And I didn't know where I was, and there was a recliner in a barn somewhere, and that's where I was at.
So, don't know how you got there. Just woke up at a barn.
Yeah, I was very scared.
I think we all have those stories. I say we all just get together and drink them. Captain Morgan, Long Island, butterscotch. You're fine now.
Drink Jack, I just want chicken nuggets.
Or Taco Bell.
Taco Bell or chicken nuggets.
I'm shocked by that.
That's how you get him out of a seat there. So,
That was a bad night.
any kind of Irish or St. Patrick's Day traditions you guys got? Anything?
I haven't done anything for St. Patty's Day in quite a few years.
That's an offensive term.
So
it is.
What is?
True Irish people don't like it called St. Patty's. Just saying.
So I'm excited to do go out tomorrow. So, no, I don't have any really traditions. When I had been going out, we'd always start at Cunan's, and I do like
Unions.
I do like getting some of their breakfast shots. I mean, if you consider that
Creme brulee.
a tradition, is whenever I go there, I have to get one of their shots. So, I mean,
I used to go out every St. Patrick's Day in my kilt, and I don't wear it anymore. It's been too cold lately, and I think this year might be the nicest St. Patrick's Day we've had in a long time. So I might bust the kilt back out.
Last year I was on
little-
a bike.
Was it that warm?
I got tattooed and then I came up to
like
Tipsy's.
7 or 8 years ago, man, it was like 70 or 80 out. I remember that.
I remember when we went out way back in the
I was
day.
out on the bike. I remember that year.
I used to ride my bike every St. Patrick's Day. Start the day on the bike and then drop it off before I got too drunk. So yeah, I mean, there's that. The tradition I always follow, call it a tradition. Wake up early, I go to the bar, and I have myself a green beer, a Guinness, and an Irish car bomb. Mm-hmm. That's how I start every morning, St. Patrick's Day. It's terrible. It makes you get pretty buzzed really quickly, and then I usually take a midday nap, and then I get Buffalo Wild Wings, and I go back out and drink. So there's that. Irish car bomb. There's something that they hate in Ireland. Absolutely hate that term. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, people, if you're probably not from Ireland listening to us yet, but
No.
when you do get there, sorry, not sorry, they're delicious. Those taste like chocolate milk.
Yes, they do.
So for those of you out there that never had one, go ahead and get one. It is a pint of Guinness and then a shot mixed half and half of Jameson and Bailey's and then dropped into the Guinness and chugged.
Or poured.
Dropped in,
Dropped.
poured, whatever. I mean, it's technically a bomb shot, so that's why they call it an Irish car bomb.
I don't know. I just don't like the glass on my.
I'm the same way. I also don't want, it's sitting on the bar and then I'm drinking the liquid that touched the bar, that touched everything else. And because, I mean, let's be honest.
Germaphobe.
I'm not a germaphobe, but I don't want what is essentially a waste, disgusting bar top full of germs in my drink, okay?
Kill the viruses.
But, we touched a bit on it. We brought the bikes out around St. Patrick's Day last year. It's motorcycle season. I do want to say that little PSA, watch for bikes. Everyone here has been on bikes or own bikes or rides bikes currently. So please watch your fucking mirrors for motorcycles. I've been in 3 accidents, none of them my fault. And I prefer not doing that again. So yeah. When it comes to accidents, this got brought up the other day, and I want to touch base on this. Final Destination and what it's done to us. As a generation,
The log truck.
when you are going down the road and a log truck is in front of you, are you staying behind that fucking thing?
No
The
way!
answer is no.
That log truck.
That movie has caused us to fear them, and I've looked it up. I cannot find a single incident where a log truck lost its load and killed fucking people behind them.
She thinks it's hilarious because the log truck drives me nuts.
No,
She didn't even know about the movie because she had never seen the movie, and I brought up the log truck thing, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Get out of this lane," because she was driving. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Do you not see the log truck?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I had to show her that scene, and she's like, "You serious? It's not that big." I'm like, "You haven't seen the movie. You don't understand."
I agree, Becca. I'm sorry, but an entire generation is scared of log trucks because of one movie that came out in 1999.
Yeah, and then every time she sees a log truck, "Oh, there's your Final Destination truck," and like she makes fun of me, and it's like,
Nah.
You don't get it. You don't understand.
When I fly, I check the fucking the knob that
little knob to
holds
hold the-
yeah. I do that because of one goddamn movie. And I do it every time I'm on a plane. I was flying 3-4 times a week for a year there. And every time I'd make sure that fucking knob stayed on.
Yeah.
Because if it came off, I might be getting off that plane. I don't know.
You know what? That is going to be one of our I'm gonna make that we're gonna watch all those movies.
Okay.
Not all of them are great, but at least get through the first couple because the log truck is in the second or third, I believe.
Log
I mean,
Truck
second.
is the second one, I think.
Yeah.
Because
And
only the
they're
first
coming
two
out-
or three are good.
Yeah, but there's a new one coming out in a couple months called Bloodlines. So,
Yes, yeah, I just saw the poster
Trailer,
for that when
yeah.
I was at the movie. Not a trailer, I just saw the poster.
Okay.
I tend to avoid trailers just because I don't like anything given away. So
It's literally almost. I did see the trailer. It's kind of just a scene.
yeah. So I mean, speaking of, there's been a lot of media scare about plane crashes this year, especially with.
Because there's been a ton.
So that's just what I want to bring up. This is Media 101. There are less plane accidents this year worldwide and especially in the United States than there have been in the last 10 years. The media is scaring us because they need something. So not only are they scaring us for good attention and good media and good coverage, it gives politicians a reason to blame Trump. And I'm not getting into politics here about, the firing of the FAA people and downsizing this, that, and the other government organization. But there are less plane accidents than there have been in the last 10 years. And it's this.
I'm not afraid to fly.
I'm not either, but there's a lot of people afraid of flying right now. You're talking to someone that the year after 9/11, they were throwing $9.11 plane rides or plane tickets. The year after I got on a plane, I'm like, I'm taking advantage of this. And it goes back to the first time I realized that the media is going to scare you. Was, if you guys remember, maybe 15, 20 years ago, the meningitis scare.
Yeah.
It was all about, in high schools and make sure everyone in high schools.
Was that like 06 or 07? Somewhere around that time.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I mean, they were talking about meningitis, and I talked to my doctor. He's like, there's no more meningitis this year than there has been any other year.
Yeah.
It's just the media needs to scare you.
They clamp onto one thing and run with it.
Why can't they clamp on the titties? Be the nipple clamp. I'm just... Anyway.
And also, I feel like this just could be whatever. This generation, we have access to news so quickly that we hear about things that 10, 20 years ago we probably wouldn't have heard about that happened. So, take for instance, we may not have heard about a crash or a teacher in Louisiana 20 years ago, but now that we have access to TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, CNN, whatever you want to say, we have so many outlets that we can get a hold of information so quickly. That news happened 30 years ago. It's just we have access.
Local. Yeah, no, news travels a lot easier. The truth of the matter is that we have less crime. We have less violent crime. We have less crime against people with victims than we ever have. Mm-hmm. It's just news now travels quick.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. The fact of the matter is that what was regional news before is now national news or international news now. So a kid going missing in Florida back then would have maybe hit Florida, maybe hit Georgia, maybe hit Indiana. I'm sorry, Indiana. I'm so stupid. Might have hit some of those local states, depending on how far they got.
I'll bring up a quick example. The 5-year-old who died in the hyperbaric chamber that happened in Troy, Michigan.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the story?
Not familiar.
Okay. He, back in January, he is a 5-year-old boy. The hyperbaric chamber exploded. Now 4 people are charged in his death. Okay. It come to find out they allowed him to wear pajama pants into the hyperbaric chamber, and they didn't put one of the bracelets on him.
So the anti-static bracelet.
The anti-static bracelet. What he did was he brought his knee up to his chest, and that caused the friction to explode the hyperbaric chamber. That happened in Troy, Michigan. I was on Reddit yesterday, and that was on one of the national news outlets of my Reddit subreddits. And that was just an example. So somebody in California is reading a story that happened locally to us 15, 20 years ago that someone in California would never even heard about that story.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. any of those would be regional back in the day, and it really would have to be out there or very much an anomaly to hit national news.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, is it sad because it's traveling fast and making people scared, or is it better that you get your news quicker? I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I tend to agree that I don't know, because I think details get lost in the sauce when multiple people keep reporting on it. The more people who report on it, as you know, once it goes from one source, goes to another, and as word of mouth goes, the whole story changes by the time the 50th person tells it.
Yeah, game of operator. You know?
The
Yeah.
operator game that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Talking about that last week.
Yeah.
So
So I don't think it is good, in my opinion. I rather know what's going on and how it affects me in my
More
area.
local stuff then.
Yeah.
completely agree. I would say I'd prefer getting news quicker, but I don't like the scare spin that a lot of news anchors put on it. You know, this is happening so much more, or they make it seem like it's happening more.
They're right now
shocking.
they're acting like the planes are falling out of the sky.
I think that I preferred news when it was being taught as news is supposed to be unbiased. Now, opinionated news is the norm, and I think that's awful.
Oh yeah, if you're a liberal, you don't watch Fox, and if you are conservative, you don't watch CNN. I should be able to watch whatever news network and get an unbiased, no spin opinion.
I don't watch any of it personally.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't watch news.
All right, we'll get off the politics here for a little bit and get into something more fun. We took a little break. I bet you didn't even know that because it's behind the scenes magic. We took a shot of Tullamore Dew for St. Practice Day here. We're going to loosen up a little bit. We got our peanut butters ready with some crackers because everything's better on a cracker. Becca refused to take a shot, so hopefully she talks more. I'm going to put her right on the spot right now. Becca, tell us a story about you that even your husband doesn't know.
Oh.
Make it embarrassing if you can.
Oh man.
Tommy, quit playing a game on your iPad. Pay attention.
It's an ad, and I can't get out of the ad yet.
You don't know how to get out. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean,
How do you get out of the ads?
Oh man.
Does he know everything about you?
Not everything.
How many spokes is her? Never mind. We're not going to talk about that.
I'm sure there's going to be.
I thought he was going to say there's at least 6.
Tommy, tell us a story about yourself that your wife doesn't know. How about we start there?
Okay. Oh man, let me think.
Has everyone got to think about this?
Well, I'm trying to think. I did tell
we
the
do
story.
tell each other a lot, though. That's the thing.
I did just tell her. I told the story about puking of the butterscotch schnapps. She never heard that story. Let me think.
God, I have one for you, Tommy, but I don't know if it's okay to bring up for you. We'll talk in the next time we have a smoke break.
No, bring up hints, and I'll.
You one time, very, very, very long time ago, we were signing into a website, and you said, "Hold on, I got to delete something I've uploaded to this website before you see my profile."
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Are we talking about X Hamster?
Yeah, I think so.
I had a profile on X Hamster. Are you familiar with what X Hamster is?
I've heard of it, but I'm not really quite familiar with
It's
what it
it's
is.
YouTube for pornography.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's YouTube for
Okay.
And I had dick pics
Oh.
put on there, and I didn't want him to see my junk in all its glory. And so I had to remove the pictures, but I did have a sign in and a full profile. But yeah, that was one.
Oh, I know a lot about you, bud.
Yeah, so that was one.
That was what, 6 months before you started freely showing us your penis?
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause you got comfortable with us, and then you're like, "Hey, here you go."
So that's one.
I want to see it now that you've had surgery. Is it okay one day to see it? Is that okay with
Yeah.
you, Becca?
Oh, and since
Maybe not in this
No,
setting.
not in the setting, but
Yeah.
in general. Like one day, can I just be like, "Hey, drop trow"?
since you brought up the surgery, so
What kind of surgery did you have?
well, since you brought it up, okay, so since I dropped a lot of weight, it was pressing down on my penis and it was hurting. And I went to the doctor and I said, something's going on down there. What is going on? And they said, well, normally fat people have issues with their penis because they're fat, but you have the opposite. You've lost so much weight that you have the reverse effect. So what they did was they removed basically the fat pad they call.
The fupa.
The fupa, yes. They removed all of that down there. And I gained a lot. A lot.
You're welcome, Becca.
Yes. So yeah.
And what
Why
was
so
your
red?
I had a lot of hanging skin from because I've lost 150, 60 pounds, and it all went where my midsection is and in the fupa area. And it was getting difficult to go to the restroom, and I'm like, something's got to give. And so that's basically it in a nutshell. So, yep, that's why I ended up having the surgery.
And what was your present for getting the surgery done?
Oh, I think you've already mentioned that. Yeah,
I think we have.
yeah,
Thanks, Becca.
yeah.
Becca, did you have time to think of a story?
I know you can't see me right now. I'm awful on the spot. I really am. I really can't think of anything.
Fridge, do you have
How
something
did you break your foot?
that you'd be willing to
How did I
share?
break my foot?
Yeah, didn't you break your foot?
I told you about that, didn't I?
I thought you did something at a wedding or something.
Yeah.
How did you break your foot?
Didn't I tell you about that?
We didn't hear about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was at a friend's wedding and I was wearing wedge shoes. If you're familiar with wedge shoes, they basically go high. To
Oh,
low.
I am the most gay fashionista straight man you'll ever meet. I know what a wedge is.
So I was wearing those last time I've ever worn them, and I was trying to chase the bride down. And long story short, next thing I know, I'm on the ground and I have my dress up over my head. And thank God I was wearing underwear, because if not, everyone would see everything. So I walking on it. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I ended up breaking my cuboid bone on my left, or actually on my right foot. And I didn't find this out until after about 10 weeks. And I was walking on it for that long, cleaning at my job that I was at previously. I was cleaning the whole entire office building, walking on it that whole time. And then the day before I left for vacation, the first vacation I ever took in my whole life, I got put in a boot. So that was not a fun time for vacation.
I just keep imagining her falling, and
It was awful.
I'm just laughing in my head because about a year and a half ago, she was taking garbage out and she slipped on ice and fell down the steps of our house. I laughed my butt off, and I have it on our Ring camera, and I had kept it because it is so funny to me.
Well, I think that should be uploaded to our TikTok. You know?
I have it.
Well, Monday Night MP TikTok, I think deserves that
and
video.
Even when the ring goes off, she says "Shut up, ring" or something like that, and then you hear her go, dun, 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 dun. Oh!
And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I still have the bruise on my butt to this day.
Yeah.
And this happened, I think almost 2 years ago. It
Yeah.
had to have been over 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Well, you think it was funny, but it wasn't funny for me.
I'm pretty well coordinated and balanced for a big guy, a top heavy big guy at that, because I'm 6'3" and 370 pounds, top heavy. I'm like an ice cream cone. I hardly fall, but when I do, it's always comical. It's like a cartoon because I'm flailing arms and trying everything to catch my balance before I go down. It's like a 10-second fall.
I was gonna say it's slow motion.
Yeah, seriously. Unfortunately, I don't have any video, and I have cameras inside and outside this house. I have no video of me falling because I fall so rarely. I literally think the last time I fell, I was at the bar. I was probably drunk because, me. And it was someone sitting in a chair, and I tried to put my legs over in between them and the back of the chair, and then put the other legs over, like I'm walking through them in the back of the chair, and I got caught up. And 10-second fall later, I fell in the middle of a dance floor of a packed bar, and it was hilarious. I was laughing, but I never fall.
I got a funny story talking about falling. At Sunday school at church, man, I was probably 12 years old. We were in a class, and the girls sat on, this is not typical, but at this time, they had the girls sitting on the one side of the room, and the chairs were lined up against the wall, and then the boys were on the other side of the room, they were lined up against the wall, and I was sitting next to Tim, and I went to sit down, and he thought it'd be funny, and he kicked the chair out under me, and I went to sit down, and there was no chair. I went through the wall in Sunday school, and they had to patchwork and put a whole new drywall. I mean, and it wasn't no tiny. I went through the wall.
So you have a church school with segregation. Go figure.
Yeah.
Fridge, do you have a story that your wife doesn't know about you that would be willing to share?
My wife knows everything.
That is such a fucking lie. That is such a fucking lie.
No,
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I want to bring up a couple things because I'm ticked off about something.
Uh-oh.
I'm ticked off about Ozempic. Not Ozempic in general. I'm more ticked off about insurance.
Well, we might need to kill a couple more CEOs. I'm not saying I condone murder, but
Yeah.
maybe
I can understand why Luigi, if he really did it, why that happened.
he didn't do it. He's innocent.
So about a year and a half ago, I was prescribed Ozempic, and it was not covered by my insurance. And
Go figure.
And at that time, I don't know the exact number, so quote me if I'm wrong, but my A1C was 6.4, which is pre-diabetic.
Pre-diabetic. Yep.
6.5, I believe, is diabetic. So 6.0 to 6.4 is pre.
I think it's 7, but I'm not even going to argue about the semantics here.
I was 0.1 off of being diabetic, whatever that number is. So it was the Ozempic was not covered by my insurance. It was going to cost us what, like $600-700 a month for the Ozempic.
Almost $1,000.
It was crazy to get the Ozempic.
And that's supposed to be the cheap one.
That was supposed to be the cheap one. It was crazy. So still have the same insurance. Roll over to 2025. They say they now cover the Ozempic, and they now cover the other types of insurances. I did mention on the podcast that I was waiting on prior authorization for one called Zepbound. Now, Zepbound is also to help with sleep apnea and with weight loss. So
I think that's the weight loss version of tirzepatide, or
yeah.
So two of them. I'm sorry, just to interrupt, but Ozempic and tirzepatide is for the diabetic ones, and then Zepbound and Wegovy is the weight loss ones.
Correct.
They're all the same drug. They're just
just different formulations, basically.
It's just insurance trying to fuck with us more.
So that wasn't covered. Zepbound was not covered, and I needed prior authorization. They said it was going to be $960 a month. So I finally got something from my doctor this week saying that it was covered. Well, I went to the pharmacy. They're saying, no, we still need a prior authorization. I spent hours on the phone with the insurance. Insurance said that they pushed it to their pharmacist. They are going to cover it, but now it's going to be $562 a month. I'm like, that's not covering my prescription. That's only giving me 50% off. That's not technically covering it. I said, what do you cover? We cover Mounjaro and Ozempic. And I said, okay. So I went back to my doctor. My doctor said, okay, here's the problem. They won't cover your Ozempic or Mounjaro now because of new regulations, because now that you've lost so much weight, you're no longer at the 6.4. You are now at 5.8. You're out of the pre-diabetic. Now you are unable to get it covered. So we tried to get it covered, and now it's being denied by insurance. So now I can't get the Ozempic, even though it was prescribed for me a year ago. I am no longer eligible to get Ozempic.
I had Wegovy approved by my doctor, and my insurance won't cover it. So I ended up going, and now you are too.
Yeah, so I did what you did.
A compounded pharmacy where they compound their own medicine and sell it to you much, much cheaper. And it's just out of pocket. It's costing me $100 a month.
Yes.
It's insane what they can do. And it's just the stranglehold that these pharmaceutical companies have on the cost of medicine. And it's, in my opinion, the way it's working for people, it's a miracle drug. It is probably one of the most... Obesity is the number one killer in the United States. I mean, it's beating cancer. It's beating car accidents. It's beating gunshots. It is the number one killer in the United States. And we have a drug now that is, in my opinion, a miracle drug that is allowing people to lose weight, keep it off, and they're charging so much that you can literally buy a fucking house for the amount it's costing. It's just, I have 4 medications a month that I fill. And I don't even use my insurance because it's cheaper to buy them over the counter, out of pocket, than the $25 it costs.
Copay,
yeah, the copay is $25. It's like $6 for some of these because they're generic and they're old medication that have been around forever. Why the fuck do we have insurance if they're just stealing my money? You know, it's that stupid fucking movie with Chris Rock, Down to Earth, where he takes over the body of the old rich white guy that owns like a.
She
That's
loves
funny
it.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
I absolutely love that movie.
I love it.
But there's that point when he's like, they should call insurance in case shit. You need it in case shit happens. But if in case shit don't happen, do I get my money back? Because that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
I got this goes for any insurance. I got into a motorcycle accident, rear-ended, hit and run, over a year ago, and I paid my deductible. And every 3 or 6 months, Progressive sends me a notification in the mail. We're still trying to get your $1,000 back. We'll inform you again if we don't get it. Every 6 months or every 3 months. It's been a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. What do you mean you can't get my $1,000 back? Take the other insurance company to court or give me my $1,000.
Yeah.
You guys take all this money from me and the amount of claims I've made, give me my fucking $1,000. I'll take that $1,000. I'll spend it well. I'll donate it to a casino.
Yeah. To a slot game or some blackjack.
Speaking of, so I am a gambler. It's kind of fun. I've been on a hot streak with my gambling lately. I played this new online slot machine the other day, and it had Thor on the cover, and I'm like, my fiance loves Thor. I'm going to play this game, and I hit like 4 or 5 bonuses, and it's keeping me even. I had like $400, and it's like I go down 100, hit a bonus, win 100, 150, I just keep up and down, staying around there. But the bonus game in this one is long. It's just Thor smacking his hammer, and then it says how much you win. And he smacks his hammers, and it keeps going until it doesn't go anymore. And it's like a 5-minute bonus. And it was like 5 in the morning, and I'm just gambling. And I'm pissed off because of how long it's taking. I hit this bonus, and I hit the skip button. And then it goes to the screen. It says $3,400. You hit the fucking major. I'm like, what? I'm like, I woke Shelby up at 5. I'm like, look, honey, look. And she goes, nice, good night. Yeah. Like, roll back over. I'm like, oh. The next spin, I got another bonus. I skipped it. It was $1,000.
Yeah, and then you send me a text. Yeah. Are you up? Look what I just did.
So, I won like $4,500 in the matter of minutes. And then the next bonus I got watched, $60.
Yeah.
Like, I'm skipping the bonus every fucking time from now on. Anyway, getting back to insurance is completely bullshit.
Yeah, it irritated me. I was like, I'm done. I pay $200 a month for nothing.
I want to sit here on this platform and reach the 30 people or 50 people that listen to us right now and say that I don't condone murder. But you know what? I'm taking it back. I'm going to be edgy here. Fucking, we need more of this shit happening.
Yeah.
We need change. We need revolution. We need the 1% no longer should be running this country because they don't represent us. The rich don't represent us. I'm an everyday man, and I make enough money where I can live week by week and save $50 a fucking month.
Yeah.
The ultra rich aren't supporting us or representing us in the right way, and maybe we do need some extremists out there to change the people's minds because the elite and the rich are sitting on top of their thrones, and maybe they need some fucking fear in them. I think a week after that CEO got murdered or whatever of that insurance company, right then and there, another insurance company was pushing for If anesthesia says on the book it takes 8 hours and it takes 10, we're not covering the extra 2. After that murder happened, they said, we're going to reevaluate this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good choice. Good choice.
They changed their tune real quick.
Yeah.
Well, that was a little more serious. I do have a fun little game I want to try out.
I like fun.
So we'll get into the movie review, but there was a woman in the movie that we watched in Tears of the Sun, Monica Bellucci.
Yeah, the one that fridged the entire time. Every time she came on screen, he goes, huh? She's not, no? And I keep going, she's not ugly, but like not for me. It's not hitting my wheelhouse.
So I picked 10 random women that are, popular right around now. And I want to do a ranking of them. Now, I'm going to change my tune like we did for the Hall Pass. I said that if I knew how they were, it would go into my ranking. This is going strictly on their looks. I'm going to be chauvinistic strictly on looks. It's not gonna, because like I said with Blake Lively, I knew how she was, so her hotness scale went down.
So we're gonna take a bunch of ugly men and we're gonna rank these attractive women.
Yes.
Okay.
And I even said, Becca, you are going to participate. I told her. So if you do,
everyone's on the spectrum of bisexuality somewhere,
Yes.
Becca. It's okay.
So I also took screenshots of these girls in case you did not know who they were. So
Are they clothed?
Yes, they are.
That is not fun.
So
Can we redo this? Do you have an X-ray?
I can do that for you.
Go to MrSkin.com.
Yes. And most of these girls have been topless, or so you do know what they do.
I would hope
look
that
like.
they've been topless
Yes.
in their life. You're talking about topless on camera.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first girl I
mean,
want
this-
your
this-
ranking of
This is the perkiest I've seen Fridge. He is so into this.
I'm just like,
So I want you to place on a ranking of 1 to 10, Margot Robbie.
Ooh. She's like the new It girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one.
Okay.
Because she doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
5.5.
Okay. So I have
He's
a
going
ranking.
1 through
So
10.
a 1 through 10.
So you want me to put them on the scale
Yeah.
of 10 other people?
Yes.
Or 9 other people? Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. I
Uh,
should have explained that better. I'm sorry.
No, I thought you wanted me to rank them out of 10.
No.
Margot Robbie always, it irks me because she's like the new version of someone I find much more attractive, Jamie Presley.
yes.
Okay.
She
yeah.
is the not as attractive Jamie Presley. So Jamie Presley is a 9 out of 10 for me. I'm putting her at a 7.
A 7. You're going to put her in the 7.
Yep, Margot Robbie goes to a 7. I'm not saying she's ugly by any means. This is personal preference. So anyone out there that wants to white knight Margot Robbie, personal fucking preference, okay?
Okay.
4.
You're going to go 4 for her? Okay.
But you agree Jamie Presley's better, Fridge. I love it. I love you. This is why we're friends.
I've seen
Okay.
his list, so I know she's not on there.
You can't look at the list. This is blind ranking.
So, if we were talking as her all the time as Harley Quinn, she would be higher on my list.
So you like crazy.
I like her as Harley
Becca,
Quinn.
what do you do behind
He
closed
likes
doors?
me, so
Yeah.
Have you dressed up as Harley Quinn in bed?
not yet.
No,
Not yet. Okay, you got this,
Yes,
Tommy.
yes.
So you got to dress up as Bane.
I already,
Well-
I already have the jacket saved, and it only comes up to a 3X. So I'm working my way down to
We're
get
getting
to 3.
there. We're getting there.
You think you were
surprise.
born into kinkiness. I was raised by it.
So,
I guess Bane would be Poison Ivy, though. She's hotter than Harley
Poison
Quinn.
Ivy is so hot.
Redheads, dog.
I
Give me
totally
that kiss
agree.
of death.
I'm going to put her right in the middle at a 5.
Okay.
Now, Becca, what do you see Margot as?
Okay, so I absolutely love the movie Wolf on Wall Street.
Okay.
Wolf of Wall Street, sorry. So I would have to give her 8.
You're ranking her an 8 out of 10, but where would you put her on a scale? Or like 1 through 10? if
1
you're-
is best. 10 is
Oh.
worse.
you're
so
blind
you would put
ranking
her
these
2.
people.
Oh, yeah, like a 2 then.
And,
Okay.
I'm going to be unbiased here, Tommy. When we're done with this, we're going to come up with 5 or 10 guys, and we're going to reverse this for Becca.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then my next girl I have would be Sydney Sweeney.
Okay, that's not fair because I don't know what she looks
Well,
like.
that's why I have pictures. And Sydney Sweeney, she came in popularity with the TV show Euphoria.
Never seen it.
I've never seen Euphoria.
Is she the one in that one movie we were just talking about?
Look,
Man, I'm trying to think.
I absolutely love her.
She is a pretty blonde with a very smart bosom.
Yes,
She is a smart woman. She's hot.
she's very
Is she
hot.
normally blonde?
Yes.
Okay, so that adds points for me.
Yes.
I'm gonna put her at a 3.
Okay.
I feel like such a man right now. I'm ranking women blindly, and I'm a fucking chud. I'd be ranked 11 on anyone's list out of 10, and I get to rank these women like I ever have a chance. Fridge, stop eating worms and
You
rank
know where
this
I'd be
woman.
You know what I'd be ranked? Groundhog Day, I'd be Chris Elliott.
Fridge is thinking to himself, if she had tattoos, she'd be a 1.
7.
A 7.
You're putting her below Margot Robbie. Okay. This is
yeah.
opinionated, but damn. I don't agree with that.
Okay, it's kind of hard for me because I kind of know what girls are on here, even though I was trying to just grab random names. So I'm putting her at 2. I absolutely love Sydney Sweeney right now. So she's going 2 for me. What say you, Becca?
A 4.
A 4. Okay. And I'm writing these down so we can go over these after. So,
Hey, Crunchy, what are you eating?
Some worms.
He's
I'll
eating
take-
trolley sour crawlers.
Take 'em.
Just
now the
we're-
next girl is Anna DiArmas.
I have no idea
no
who that is.
clue.
Okay, so she was in Knives Out. She is going to be in the new John Wick spinoff. She was...
Is she the one that's like the new assassin in the new John Wick movie?
Yes.
9.
She was in the movie Knock Knock with...
That's the one I was thinking about that we were talking about earlier.
yes.
She was blonde, though.
Yes.
9.
9, okay.
I'd put her at a 10, but I'm worried about what your future picks are.
No, that's
Tommy always has some very eclectic picks when it comes to these type of things. So
I got one to totally mess you guys up.
oh gosh, is she a porn actress?
No. I
Betty
stuck
White,
with the
number
mainstream.
1.
Fridge is like, I'm very familiar with her work.
So, where are you at, Fridge, with Anna?
Vanna White, number 1.
What do you got there? You got.
Let's
I got her at 6.
I was gonna say you put her in. You put her in my spot there.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I've got it.
8. She'll be an 8.
8? Okay. How about you, Becca?
Just ranked on looks.
Yeah, just ranked on looks.
Then I'll give her a 7.
A 7. Okay.
So she's bottom half for everyone.
Next, we have Jenna Ortega.
Is that the girl that played the new
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes.
10.
10.
10. Okay.
Like I see why people are into her, but it's just not my thing.
Okay.
And I like goth girls and punk girls and all that kind of stuff.
Now, see, I think she's cute, but she's not Sydney Sweeney cute to me. So I will put her at a 4. What about you, Becca?
Don't look at him weird, Fridge. He ranked those fucking donuts a 10. Oh, God. I'm going to bring it up
Still going
every
on about
episode.
those donuts.
Forever. It will forever
You
come
cannot
up.
let it. It's not a perfect.
It's
I
not
will say
okay.
I tried them, and the
not just
awful
peanut
ones,
butter,
the
it's
Kroger
just like-
ones, were awful. But the other ones, they weren't that awful. But I like them. Anyways, sorry, 9.
9. Okay.
Do I have 9?
Yeah, you have 9 available.
Okay.
Yeah, but Becca, you got to remember, a 10 is a perfect food.
Well, that's what he likes, though.
Yes, but we can make fun of him for it.
True. This is true. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you guys may not know who she is. Tate McRae.
Where are you getting these people from?
She's a very popular singer right now.
Apparently, because everyone here knows her.
That's not even a good picture.
11.
Oh, yeah.
I need to rearrange my 11.
Okay.
I got to put her at whatever I've left on the bottom, but no.
Okay. So you have 9.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I thought I put someone at 9 because I said I don't have 10 available.
How about
You're
you?
fucking things up, Tommy.
She can be my 9.
You can be 9. Okay.
I don't fancy her.
Nah.
Her dancing is pretty good.
We're going on.
We're going on
No,
looks.
no,
not what
I
she
know.
does.
That's what I'm
Only
saying.
Tommy.
Watching her dance, she's a lot sexier, but I would put her at 10 far as the looks.
Let's say 8.
8. Okay.
Do I have that?
Yeah, you
I
have
think
that
I do.
available.
Okay.
So now my next girl is Zendaya.
12. Who are you picking?
James, this is 1 through 10.
Oh, well, whatever's last on my list now.
I
think
told you I was going
it's
to
a
throw
6.
some. I knew I was going to. I did this on purpose.
I'd prefer Tom Holland. Especially when he does Umbrella.
What's my next lowest one there?
6.
That's
Oh,
fine.
God.
You're not hitting my top list or anyone at all. Like I'm just
I
gonna
did
keep
this on
going.
pur- I
I'm
did
gonna go
this
from
on
the
purpose.
bottom. You've given me one girl that I find like hot, Sydney Sweeney, who I didn't even know before this. Now my Google search is
Zendaya's
going to be Sydney Sweeney.
9 for me. Becca, what do you got for Zendaya?
5.
Yeah, you got her for 5.
I'll take 5.
Okay, my next girl is Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
Whatever's left on my bottom.
Really?
Yeah. Where are the hot ladies? Where are the white women at?
hey, she don't do it. Then
No,
5.
like again,
Really?
all of these I understand why people find them
I
attractive, but they're not for me.
I just typed in, just to get random names, current attractive women.
And they picked Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
She,
Jesus.
20 years ago, maybe.
I'm
I'm just
Googling.
that's how I went. I'm going an 8. No, I'm gonna go 7. How about you, Becca? You know who Anne Hathaway is, right?
Oh, yeah. Do I have a 6?
Yes, you do.
I'll take that.
I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, this one. I love this one.
Betty White next.
No.
Oh my God.
You're gonna hate this one, and you probably don't even know who she is. Chaperone.
Is that the
She
new
sings
singer?
Pink Pony Club.
The Pink Pony Club.
And I had no idea she was on the list. Otherwise, I would have never.
Is she the one that has like very crazy makeup when she's performing?
Yeah.
Show me a picture. Like I vaguely know who this is. I think she just won an Oscar or something like that, or an Emmy or whatever. Oh God.
That was my big wrench that I
Was
threw
she
in.
the number 2 pick for the new Pennywise the Clown? Like,
She dresses in drag when she performs.
I'd rather have the drag. Like, give me.
Wait,
I'd rather Bo Derek.
You should Google what she looks like when she. Yeah, that was my wrench.
14. Whatever
Yeah.
I have left on the low. Jeez.
That's why I saved 10 for myself because I knew she was on
I
here.
knew about it.
That's not
Yeah,
fair.
that's cheating.
I told you I couldn't. I do have a decent memory. I can't help it.
Now it makes me look like she's in my top 4.
Actually, top 3.
This list is not accurate.
Next time, I'll do it.
Actually, she's 8 for me.
Who are we gonna have next?
What's my next lowest, babe?
You have 10,
Oh, then I'll take that.
and then we have 2 more.
Higher.
Right.
Anna Kendrick.
Okay.
1.
Yes. She's not number
Finally,
1.
someone I like. Anna Kendrick is a chesty woman.
You picked 1 as well, Fridge.
What I got? 1 and 2 left.
Yeah.
I'll do 2.
There-
I'm hoping for a good one.
There's no way Tommy's list includes someone better. You know that,
I
right?
know.
I picked 1 for Anna Kendrick as well.
He's gonna have Barbara Streisand or something
You have
like that
2?
next.
You have 1 and 3 left.
I'll take 3.
Oh, you guys are
gosh.
putting way too much credit in number one for Tommy.
I know.
Now, this last one.
Oh, he's got a caveat.
Natalie Portman.
Really?
I don't know.
Now, this last one, I want you to think currently
Oh, it's bad.
because I
Are
don't
you
want you to
shocked?
think what she became popular from. Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh God. Tommy.
19,
told you current
20, 100.
I have to have her as my one.
Yeah, that's what she did.
You guys put way too much
That's
credit
what
in me.
I did. No, that's what you did.
You know, if you had our buddy Scott on right now, he brought her up as she's super attracted to him. No,
No.
doesn't do it. No, not at all. I can't believe that this
Fridge,
list.
look at what
sucks.
happened to us.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Out of everyone,
She's our one.
out of everyone you showed me, Tommy,
Yeah.
only 2 hit my bells:
So
Sydney Sweeney and Anna Kendrick. That's
yeah.
it.
Now, what I just did, the reason why I did this was this is what's popular now. What I was going to do is I wanted to see how well this went over because I was going to try to, next pod, if you guys were into this, do by the decades. Like next time, do by like top women of the 2000s, the 1990s, and the
Getting back into
1980s.
like the Carmen Electras and
Yes. And
If you
do
have
this by
better
decades.
people. If you have better people.
And then I pick. And that wouldn't be fair for me to.
Let your wife do the 10, and then we'll all blind rank them.
Yeah,
Okay.
do that.
Yeah,
I'll
you have
do
to
it
have
for
a
you.
non-biased pick
Yeah.
the 10.
Yeah, because this one I went through like the top 25 most popular
Picked his
girls right now.
favorites.
And I just picked 10 out of that 25. And I seen Chaperone, and I'm like, oh, I have to throw that one in.
Yeah.
Because to me, there was only 3
You
on
could've
there
put
that I
Sabrina
actually.
Carpenter in there or something.
Oh God, that would have
Yeah.
been 50.
Because Sydney
Over
Sweeney, I think,
Chaperone.
is gorgeous. And there was a couple girls on there that, like Jessica Biel, I think is hot. But she's not gorgeous,
The only time I've ever found her really attractive was in I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry.
where she had the wet bikini.
I mean, just
Or,
the whole movie in general. I mean,
yeah.
It was a good look. There's also a movie where she strips and pours like hot wax on herself.
I forget what
That's
movie
pretty
that.
fun.
Yes.
But like, you know, where is my like who's the Spanish woman from Dusk Till Dawn?
Salma Hayek,
Yeah,
but
so-
she's not currently.
But still, that scene woke me up as a man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But now, see if she doesn't pull that for the 90s.
So
I'm pretty sure I can figure out who to pull.
I
Good.
asked this question to Shelby a few months ago, and it is Selma Hayek doing the striptease in From Dusk Till Dawn for me. What is the sexiest non-pornographic movie scene of all time? And that for me is the Selma Hayek striptease.
Man, it has.
Just a quick caveat. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and he picked himself to be the guy where she put her foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
He picked himself to be in that role instead of like all the people that
is the
were trying to
sexiest
cast that.
non-pornographic
So what a pervert! He's like, I want Selma Hayek's foot in my mouth. But Shelby picked the Scream Queen. What's her name? The Scream Queen from. Come on, guys! I'm buzzed over here.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis, thank you. That one movie where she does like that weird
yes.
striptease.
In True Lies?
Yes.
Lies.
No.
She showed it to me. It did nothing for me.
No.
I don't find Jamie
I
Lee
think it
Curtis
was more
attractive in
comical
movies.
than sexy.
There's that, and then I think she did that one with John Travolta or something like that, where
Okay.
they're in the Zumba class type thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Jamie
Most
Lee Curtis does
pornographic-
nothing for me though.
Non-pornographic sexy scene. God, I absolutely love the Dusk Till Dawn scene.
It's one of the best answers, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
number 2 for me, and while you guys are thinking, it's Eliza Dushku trying on bikinis in the movie. The New Guy.
Bring It On.
The New Guy.
The New Guy, yes.
So that is an amazing one because Eliza Dushku for about 5 years was the it girl.
I did like. I talked about this 1 or 2 pods ago. Alicia Cuthbert was hot in The Girl Next Door.
That's that movie where they
She's a
porn
porn
act-
star.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they just found
she was
out.
really hot in that movie, but I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to Salma Hayek.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like they look really good in one or two movies, and the rest of the movies they're not. Like,
Nev Campbell and Denise Richards in Wild Things.
I think like Hayden Panettiere in "I Love You,
Beth Cooper.
I Love You, Beth Cooper. Mm-hmm. She looked really good in that movie, and then she does the cringe fucking scenes from Stomp the Yard or whatever the fuck that movie was, and she's crumping or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cringy.
Would yours be Magic Mike?
No,
Probably Full Monty.
never seen that.
Like I've never seen Magic Mike. It's mostly a comedy, right? I mean,
I've never seen it, but
I'm not opposed to seeing it. I've heard good things about it. I've just never seen it. And I really like Channing Tatum as a comedic actor.
I would probably say
what movie scene turns you on?
probably any dance movie. Probably cheesy Save the Last Dance.
Stomp the Yard.
So you like
I like the dancing stuff. There's another one I can't think of at the top of my head
Step
right
Up
now.
with Channing Tatum?
Maybe that's the one. Yeah.
You mean Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
I know he's a hottie.
Channing Tatum is an attractive man. Don't
He's
get me wrong.
gorgeous. He really is.
Well, you know, while we're on the topic, we went over ours on
Ooh,
this
this
pod
got to
before. Becca, who's your 3 celebrity passes? I'm going to make this just a regular every guest.
Okay. I would probably say I think he got him almost right. Jason Momoa.
Oh, yeah, you did bring up your wife's son.
Yeah. I
He
guess.
just looks like he smells. Come on.
Yeah, but it just he's
Okay,
got
you've
that,
been with Tommy. I get it.
He's got that sexy sex appeal to him.
I smell
He
better
just-
than Jason Momoa.
You always smell like you bathed in awesome cologne, or you don't smell at
It's
all.
just the
Look,
hair and the
as a big guy, we either are very aware of how we smell or not aware at all. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you're one of the non-smelly guys, because goddamn. So Jason Momoa.
Randy Orton.
Okay.
I know.
I'm not
WWE.
laughing at you. I'm laughing at the pick because like he's goofy looking to me, but
I
don't understand it. But
I have I have a weird thing. I have a thing for older guys, so I don't know what to tell you.
I got some news for you.
Yeah.
These guys are about your age.
Well, and I'm real old. Then yeah. So anyways, who would be I guess
you do like Joe Manteglia, whatever how you say his name.
Manteglia? Is that
Yeah,
how
you
say
said
his
you liked
last
him at
name?
Magic Mike, and then when we
Yeah.
watched the Deal or No Deal Island, you really do like him.
Yeah. What is that noise?
Yeah, I'm hearing chatter in my.
It sounds like a TV, but I don't think it's coming through.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm being squirrely right now. I guess if I had to pick a third, Channing Tatum, he is.
That's
I
fine.
guess
Yeah, I don't know, put you on the spot, didn't you?
Yeah, I even thought about it too after you guys mentioned it, and I guess if I had to pick one off the spot right now, that would probably be my third.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you guys had some time to think about the sexiest movie scene that wasn't in a adult movie?
Are
you just going with-
I kind of agree
It
with you.
keeps coming to mind, right?
Yeah, I mean, when it first released the movie, I wanted to see the movie, but then it was kind of a letdown. Was the movie Striptease with Demi Moore?
Never seen it.
It was.
Demi Moore never did anything for me either.
I thought, oh my gosh, she's a stripper in this movie. But I was like 12, 13. Same thing with Showgirls. I thought
That's
I was.
what I was trying to.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be. I thought it was going to be, as you said, an awakening, and it really wasn't.
Showgirls, was it yours, Fridge?
No, I was trying. I'm like, I was waiting. I don't know.
I can hear you. Thank you.
I don't know. No, Showgirls didn't do it.
Who is your favorite, or let's not say scene, but most iconic girl that went like topless, or because like we always see the Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool, or is that no? It's Fast Times in the red bikini. Like, is there any iconic?
I never watched it.
Yes, I have one. Give me 2 seconds. So, do you guys know the comedy duet Garfunkel and Oates?
Garfunkel and Oates.
It's a comedy duet. The two girls named Ricky Lindholm and Kate
Yes.
McCucci.
Yes.
And so they do the song like The Loophole, where, you know, fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus. The good Lord can't see it this way.
I haven't seen that.
Give me a good
but I know
sensation
who
of
they
this
are. Yeah.
throbbing restlessation. I absolutely love that song. Anyway, I like them in general. But there is one of them is called Ricky Lindholm. That's her name.
Mm-hmm.
She's a tall, chesty, gorgeous blonde.
Blonde. Yep.
And she has this scene with it's in a comedy show where basically this guy walks into the bathroom and he goes, "Why are you in my bathroom?" It's his wife's.
Okay.
It's a sister-in-law. He's like, "Why are you in this bathroom?" And she comes out and she's like, "I'm just, you know, whatever. You take a shower." And she comes out and just oils up her body completely naked. And the girl is just, for me, she's super fucking hot. And
Yeah.
there's just this whole scene
Wow.
where she's oiling her body up. And she's normally this comedic singer.
Yeah.
And when that scene came out, and I'm like, I watched it and I'm like, I need a box of Kleenex. I need. It's non-sexual, technically, right?
Yeah.
I'm just free and open. I'm just oiling up my body after a shower, and it did things to me.
Yeah.
And it is in my bookmarks now. So,
Yeah.
you know, she's Rob Corddry is the guy that was like talking to her.
He came into Apple one day.
Yes.
When I was working.
Yeah, we were working. Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
But she's just.
I loved him in Hot Time
She's
Hot Tub Time Machine.
You have to watch the whole scene.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the other girl in Garfunkel and Oates, Kate McCucci, she looks like a little elf from fucking Hooland.
Yeah, she was in Big Bang Theory for like a season or
and
two.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I find her attractive too. She's like this cute little mousy girl, and she has a lesbian nude scene with the girl from Harold and Kumar.
Cal Penn?
The girl from Harold and Kumar that was like, you know, hey, you can go inside and fuck my wife, you know.
Give me a second.
Malin Akerman.
Yeah.
She has a lesbian sex scene with Malin Akerman, and she got naked, and she's got a nice little body too.
I was saying that was one that stuck out to me, like not iconic nude scenes, but one that I always laughed and found funny because the freak show scene was like going down to Georgia, gonna get myself that daggone.
Yeah,
And
the whole
then I
scene's
just
like,
realized who I brought up.
you said we could fuck your wife. No,
I
I sure didn't.
Wait.
You sure I did? Yeah. Well, since everyone's here, how about a 4-way? No, that's an amazing movie too. Yeah. So, Fridge, have you thought of anything? He's got nothing.
No.
Becca's on her phone over here.
Yeah,
I'm
she's looking
gonna
up.
Look up
I'm
movies
looking
like I
up
was. I was
because
like,
honestly, any dance movie really they can get really sexy. They
she's
really
very
can.
flustered over there.
She's trying to rack her brain right now.
Well, I was Googling it and something came up
Bing
and
is better
I
for
didn't
porn.
even think about it. And one of my favorite movies that I love that is, I think, underrated, but Tommy may think is stupid, is Chicago. I love that movie.
She loves that stupid
I don't know
musical.
why, but I love it.
Oh,
and I
it's a
hate,
musical, I won't watch it.
hate musicals.
See, I love musicals, and I've never seen it, so
It's one of my favorites. I could probably
And
watch
I
it
love musicals,
once or
and
twice
I
a
think
year.
it's stupid as hell.
What is wrong with you?
the only thing I think of when I hear Chicago, though, is the scene from Little Nicky where they pull out the records. He's like, "Hey, what's Ozzy trying to say here?" And they play the record
it backwards.
backwards. He's like, "Yeah, absolutely nothing." Now, if you want to hear something, and he pulls out Chicago records, like Chicago, and then the guy, the actor, played by Alan Cover, he goes, "I love this band," and he's like, he plays it backwards, like, "I command you in the name of Lucifer to spread the blood of the innocent." And then the two Satanists are like, "Chicago kicks ass, man." That's the only thing I think of when I hear Chicago.
No, there is a musical called Chicago, and the movie version is got
Renee
Catherine
Zellweger.
and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones and Queen Latifah.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
Yep,
Renee
no, awesome.
Zellweger ruined it for me. Hey guys, you want to watch a movie with Renee?
You have me at hello.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't
She
help it. I
loves
like it. Growing up, I will say, I sorry, but I grew up under a rock. There's a lot of movies that I didn't get to watch because they
A
were
lot of movies.
not appropriate or rated R. Or
you
I
grew up
was-
in, the middle of the Bible Belt, right? I mean,
Well, I mean, my mom, there was a lot of movies that she didn't allow us to watch because
She grew up worse than I did, and I grew up super religious and
he
conservative.
watched a lot of movies. He's like, have you heard of this movie? No, never even heard of it. There were certain ones I wasn't even allowed to watch. So there's movies that you probably could say that I've never even heard of, let alone even knew existed.
and see, my upbringing was so much different that I'd be sleeping on the couch and my dad would be on one end of the living room and his friend would be on the other end and they'd be drinking beers and they put on Skinamax when they think I'm sleeping and I'm watching it under the pillow when I'm 6 years old. So I was a little bit different of an upbringing. I was watching that stuff and seeing that stuff very, very young. So
Yeah, my brother got to flipping through my DVDs one day, and he put in A Clockwork Orange. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck I just watched.
all right, now this one is probably more for the guys. I'm not saying Becca didn't get involved in this, but blurry porn. The scrambled squiggles.
I
Yeah.
got a scrambler when I was like 13,
I
14
was
years
gonna say, he
old.
had a little...
Channel 87, 88, 89 when I was on WoW, I think, back in the day. And it was scrambled, but you had audio for the most part.
Yeah.
And then every now and then you get 4 seconds of, clarity.
Yep.
And during those 4 seconds, you went...
It was amazing.
And you tried to do your thing.
I remember I was probably 11 or 12 years old, and I finally got HBO in my room because I had a 13-inch TV, and we got cable, and I got HBO in my room, and there was a TV show called Real Sex,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
and I was enjoying the show,
Enjoying it, huh?
and my mom
You were playing with little Tommy?
came and banging on my window on outside. they knew I was watching it, and they came and that was one time I got caught.
So I've thankfully never been caught by my parents. The closest I've ever been caught in general was in my living room, I want to say 15 years ago. And my friends happened to bang on the front door when we were getting down in the living room. And that's like the closest I've ever come to getting caught. But yeah.
Well, you just made me think of a story that I don't know if I told you, hon.
Here we go.
Well, you just heard us. You have never heard that story, have you?
No. So, I used to be a bad girl. Now I'm not anymore. I'm a good girl.
Is that what Tommy calls you?
Yes. So I snuck out of my window, and I went to this was back when I was at my mom's house. Sorry. I'm trying to remember it in my head. It happened a while ago. So I was at the park with a boy.
Okay.
And then I was coming back from the park. We just, kissed, first base, whatever, nothing too crazy. Well, I went to go back in my window, and next thing I know,
remember the story that Amanda doesn't know.
We're getting there.
I see fingers like this, and it's my mom in my bed. Young lady, you better walk in this door right now. You are in big trouble. My friends, neighbors across the street, saw me sneak out my window, and they were concerned about my well-being. So they told my mom that I snuck out of my window. I was so mad at them.
Their house would be broken windowed and egged by me.
Oh,
I was so upset. I mean, I was
snitch.
like 14, 15,
Prime age to
teenage.
sneak out.
Exactly. I mean, I was being a teenager, doing what teenagers do. And I was my heart was racing so fast. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect my mom to be in my bed waiting for me when I got home. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any other story, because now it's springing up.
Well,
I've
I've
never-
got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
You got a story?
I want to hear it now.
You know about it.
All right, well, let's
But
hear
I
it.
don't.
Let's hear it, because everyone needs to hear it.
I know. So
I know what Amanda does, and I love it.
I don't remember how old I was, but I remember it was like middle school-ish. Because I don't want to say her name, but
No, don't dox her.
yeah. Anyways, downstairs messing around, doing whatever. And it was like, we're going to play a little game. How many fingers fit? Yeah.
She ended up being a Muppet.
We played Muppet. We was little, and then we didn't think anybody was home. And then all of a sudden her mom skipped like every stair but two. Hit the bottom stair and it was just hi.
Did you make her daughter say hi with
ventriloquist? I was making her yeah, no, she was that was a weird conversation to have with my father when he was like, so and so's parents called.
Did you use a condom or a glove?
A glove.
Like a glove.
Yeah, so that was one she probably doesn't know about.
Well, we're gonna find out if she listens to the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
I've never been in trouble with the law, but the closest, I guess, in trouble with the law was there was a boy that was visiting from Louisiana, I believe was the state. Was it Louisiana? It doesn't matter what state it was. He was visiting the pastor's daughter because he was dating her at the time. And the pastor said to me, "Hey, will you take him out and, go out?" Because we usually went out to eat after church. He said, "I trust you." I'm like, "Sure." Well, the guy said, "Hey, let's go out to eat and whatever." And so we went out to eat after church. And one of the guys is like, "Hey, you want to go swimming in my pool at the apartment building?" We're like, "Okay." So we all went swimming. Well, the pool is closed down at that time of night. So we used a ladder to climb over like the 10-foot gate or whatever you want to say, the fence that was there. Well, we're playing football and throwing a football around. The cops show up and we're hurrying, scrambling, trying to get out of the pool. Well, I'm always been fat. So I'm trying to scramble up to the gate and I can't climb, and we're using the ladder. I'm like hovering, straddling the fence. And
sounds like the Del Taco night.
I was just going to say that.
I'm literally like straddling the fence. And the cops take the ladder away. And I'm sitting up there and I'm like, "I need help getting down." They're like, "You got up there. You can figure a way down." And one of the older guys is like, "He had to use the ladder to get up there. Can I help him down?" And they were like saying they were going to arrest us. And I was like 15, 16 at that time. I literally did not understand that they were not going to take 15 guys in at that time. And I literally was scared because I'm like, I was supposed to take care of this kid, this kid. And then they're like, "Oh, we're going to have a sidebar," and, of course, let us go. But yeah, I was in charge of that kid to keep him safe and stay out of trouble. And yeah, that's one story you probably never heard of. She ended up marrying that guy. They're still together. But yeah, that was another story I had.
I could fill 6 episodes with the amount of times I've had run-ins with the cops and didn't go to jail. So we'll save that for another time. Guys, all I can smell is peanut butter. You guys ready to get down on this?
That's been yeah.
All right, let's
do this.
Let's take a quick break and we'll get back with some peanut butter rankings.
You love food, right? If you like food, big opinions, and crazy dudes with even bigger appetites, you're invited to be part of the family on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Join James, Fridge, and Tommy as they blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauce, peanut butters, everything, right down to those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store, but you never buy because, we rank them, we review them, and we have a blast. And it's not just food. We talk movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever other madness is going on in the world. One thing's for sure, it's loud, fun, and funny. Come hang with us on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Podbean.
It got me at first too. It's baby feet.
All right, everyone. So we're today going to rank 6 different peanut butters. We have saltine crackers to keep it kind of basic on what we dip in these. Beyond that, we're also going to review a terrible movie again because, we just like to pick terrible movies. What's the name of the movie again? I don't even remember.
Tears of the Sun.
Tears of the Sun. I don't even remember the name of the movie. So let's get into it. We have 6 peanut butters to choose from. I grew up a Jif boy. Jif Creamy has always been my peanut butter. Great Value, believe it or not, is a decent alternative to Jif, which is the Walmart brand. So we're gonna have Jif and Great Value. We also have Skippy, Peter Pan, Justin's, which is a high end they make a lot of almond butters, and then something called Creamy Richards, which I think is the only one we can tell which one it is off the bat. So we're gonna start with number 1. We're gonna go through these and rank them. Starting with number 1, we're gonna dip, like I said, a saltine cracker in peanut butter. We actually have we've been wanting to do peanut butter for a minute, but we wanted to wait for Becca because Becca's peanut butter girl. So I think this is the one we can all probably tell which it is based on name. But it's very creamy. It's almost liquidy. I hope everyone has a liquid because there's going to be tongue dryness and mouth. Does that dry everyone's mouth out immediately like me?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. With the saltine cracker, it was pretty decent, but then I tried it on its own, and I'm not a huge fan.
My thing with it, I'm honestly going to say...
It's lacking flavor.
It doesn't taste very strongly of peanuts.
No.
It's very bland.
Yeah.
No, but this is something I would probably mix. I know this may be a weird thing, but I like to put peanut butter in my oatmeal in the morning. So I would probably put this in my oatmeal.
Number 2 is better. Straight up.
Am I supposed to give this a number?
Yeah. Well, go ahead and give this.
You can rank it if you want. We're just going to range them least to favorite, or favorite to least favorite. So for me, like number 2 is going above number 1 for sure. A lot of dead air there. No one talk.
Yeah. I was sorry. I was trying to get the
peanut
rankings.
butter in my mouth. It's
No shit. I can't be the only one talking though.
I would say my number 1, give it mid-grade.
Well, no. Ranking out of 1 through 6.
Oh, so 3.
3. Okay.
Let me look for number 2.
using my finger for a spoon is way better than a saltine.
So
I'm just
Becca
going
gave
through it
number 1 a 3.
I know you're keeping track of them, Tommy. I'll tell you everything on the end. I'm just ranking them. I'm
Okay.
putting them in order right next to me.
Okay, that works.
I really like number 2.
You really like number 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a lot better.
It's creamy. I feel like number 1 is more peanut forward, be honest with you, which is weird.
I'm going to try these in a second.
Just
So
I will say number 2, I'll
yeah,
put
go
them
ahead
in,
and try them all first.
Yeah,
and
I'll do that. I'm going to put them in order.
yeah, we can just arrange them in front and then we'll go over them.
I gotta look for the numbers here. That's number 4. That's number 5.
I'm waiting for you guys to get to number 4 because it was a surprising bad one.
A surprising bad one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna try number 2 here.
I'm almost done. You guys are just
Number
started.
2 is more of a peanut.
Which one? Which one?
Number 4.
Number 4? Number 4 is bad.
Oh my god.
I thought number 1 was bad, and then I had number 4, and I'm like, that is fucking awful.
I feel like
and none of these are crunchy, right?
2
none
and
are
3 are
crunchy.
very, very similar. 2 and 3 are very similar.
I'm very close on number 1 and number 2 on my ranking.
2 is definitely
Good
way
job.
better than.
No ranking.
Oh yeah, 4. Oh boy.
I need a palate cleanser here.
Well, you know what? I might be the weird one. I kind of like 4.
Becca, we all knew you were weird.
I know, but you still love me.
I'm very close between these two. It's number 3 and number 6 for me. I'm going finger scoop.
Yeah, the saltings didn't work. Oh my god, I can tell when I'm trying to talk.
Number 3, I think, is going to be my favorite. I'm trying number 6 again. This is really scary because I'm
Whoa,
like,
what the hell is 4?
that's what I'm saying.
It is
my
I think
God.
I'm the
so-
only one that likes
so
4.
Oh my
Bad.
god.
Number 4 is awful. Okay, I got my ranking.
Oh my god.
Number 4 tastes like shit.
It tastes like I fell on a gravel street.
I'm just gonna guess because I've never had Justin's. I'm just gonna guess Justin's is number 4. I don't know why. I have my solid ranking though. I'm done.
I'm good. I got my ranking.
Yeah.
I'm going to use these saltines to get that taste out.
You want some whiskey? I am totally gonna have another shot of whiskey because damn, number 4 is lingering.
I might tap into that Sambuca.
Have a shot. You want some Sambuca?
Okay, so.
Drink it up. You're off work tomorrow.
I know.
It's nice. It's nice. So,
1 second. I'm going to write down my ranking here.
no, you can write it down all you want. We're just going to go over it anyway. But
Okay.
I'm going to say this straight up. 5 of them are acceptable. 1 of them should never be making peanut butter.
Not in the creamy category.
No, yeah, well, I don't even know if they make crunchy, whichever one that is. But straight up, 4 of them are good. 1 is not so good, and 1 is awful. That's where I'm standing. Let's start with you, Fridge. Give us your ranking in order, and I'll tell you which one's which. Tell me your number 1.
My number 1. Number 3.
So number 3 is Skippy.
Okay.
Fridge, I'm with you on number 3.
All right.
Number 3 is my number 1.
You want to know what's funny?
What's funny?
Number 3 is my number 1.
Same seas.
Everyone picks Skippy.
Yeah.
Your
I'm dead
microphone.
serious.
Your microphone turned there, Becca.
Oh,
It's all good. So I've never had Skippy before.
really?
It just beat Jif for me.
I love
I grew up as a
Skippy.
Jif boy.
What is going on with my shirt?
You on a motorcycle?
Freaking crop top.
It was
Number-
that number 4 peanut butter.
I know. Jeez.
My number 2 is number 6,
Okay.
which is Jif.
That went number 3 for me.
Okay.
My number 2 was number 2.
And
That's
my number
great
2,
value by Walmart.
and number 2 was number 2 for me.
My number 2 is number 5.
Number 5 is Peter Pan.
Okay.
My number 3 is Great Value, number 2, which I said at the beginning is
Yeah.
a good alternative for Jif.
Yep. And mine. That was not mine. My number 3 was 6.
Same.
That's Jif.
Okay.
So like I said,
So
great,
we flipped.
Great Value and
My
Jif,
number 3 was 5.
that's Peter Pan.
Okay.
My 3 was 6.
My number 4, which is not number 4, is Peter Pan.
My number 4 was 5.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
My number 4 was 4.
Justin's.
I liked it.
You can take that one home.
My,
Okay,
my
I'll
number
take
4
it.
was 1.
That's Creamy Richards.
Okay.
And you can take that one home if you want. Because my number 5, so number 1 through 4 is my good ones. Number 5 and 6 are not good for me.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is Creamy Richards.
And that was number 1.
That's number 1, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
My number 5 is 2.
That's Great Value by Walmart.
And then my number 6 is 1.
Number 6 is Creamy Richards.
So, James, me and you had identical besides the 2 and 3.
Yep.
We flip flows.
My 5 is number 6.
That's Jif.
Okay.
So don't buy Jif anymore.
But we all agreed Skippy was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 4 of us.
So
I've always liked Skippy.
I've never had it. I've never had. I've only had 2 of these in my time. I've had Jif and the Great Value.
I don't think I would even give number 4 to my dog.
So yeah, number 4 was not good. That's I don't know how you even like that back up, but you can definitely
I
take it
like
home.
weird things.
Hey, take it home.
Now-
That's a $7 jar of peanut butter.
Are we going to review
joking.
the
Yes.
cake? Why we
review the cake? No, we're not going to review the cake.
I didn't.
No, before you move on from that, the Justins. Tommy was saying something about, is it Michigan? peanut butter,
I don't
or
think
is
so.
it not?
Okay.
Okay.
I, think,
I wasn't sure if
Justin's
it was.
is big for almond butter, which I do like their almond butter.
Yeah.
I've never had their peanut butter, so apparently they should get out of that game.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can all take home one of the peanut butters. Just leave me my Skippy, because it's number one, and that's I paid for it. With that being said, we have one more thing to get on. Another review, Tears of the Sun, starring Bruce Willis. This movie is a war movie, an extraction movie. It did absolutely nothing to carry the genre. It did nothing memorable. It did nothing to make me watch that movie ever again if I wanted to. The dialogue was slow. The first half of the movie, there was like 50 words. The action was lackluster. There's no recoil in the guns, which I hate in any action movie. I give it a
They're
C.
trained soldiers.
I give it a C or a C minus. It's
B. We give them a B.
forgettable and it's nothing special. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
I give them a B. 7.9.
It's a B minus.
It's still a B.
Fraser, are you joking?
Well, I like that movie.
It was terrible.
It was not good.
I will say it is leagues above what we watched last week, and that was
It was
my fault.
way better than Unforgiven or whatever it was.
Terrible last week. The doctor drove me nuts in this movie. She irritated the crap out of me. These are my people. She wouldn't go with them. She cost lives. I was halfway through the movie. Then the president's son, or whatever you want to say, was with them, and she hid that from.
It felt like an
Bruce-
afterthought.
It just, I don't know. There was one point talking about the recoil of the gun. They had a silencer on the gun, and it was going. And I said, "This is so unrealistic." And Becca didn't understand that silences aren't a real thing. She says, "I thought they were." And I was.
I mean, they're a real thing, but they don't silence a gun.
I told her, I said, they don't make the sound like they were doing in the movies. That is all creation of movies.
Yeah.
So I
don't know. There's a movie that does everything this movie wanted to be better.
yeah.
You know,
Expendables.
Expendables is awful.
Love the Expendables.
Expendables are like the Fast and the Furious of Army.
Exactly. They're so comical. They're
Becca, what did you think of the movie?
That's
all I need to know. Nothing special.
I mean, I watched it. It was all right. I stayed up to watch it, and
Sorry.
you know,
Monica
wasn't that
Bellucci
bad.
was nice to look at,
No, she wasn't.
and Bruce Willis
I'd put her at 10 on the
was
list.
all right.
What?
She's no.
She at least a 7.
She, but that was definitely not even in his top 10 movies.
No, it's forgettable in every way. Next week we're gonna do, or I think it'll be in 2 weeks technically when we release it. But The Substance. It's highly ranked. I think it's a body horror movie, so I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah,
At least it's this one. It has the 8+ on IMDb instead of you guys just picking some random fucking movie out of your ass and not knowing anything about it and then just
Yeah.
making me suffer through it. So hopefully this
So
one's
it's a newer movie.
it's a newer movie.
yeah. I
The
believe
Substance, yeah, it came out this year.
and it was up for an Oscar.
Yeah, so definitely excited for that. Anyone else got anything else before we sign off tonight?
No,
I thought we were going to review our beer.
Oh, that's a good idea, friend.
well, let's go grab it real quick.
Grab a beer. All right, thanks for reminding us. We got a beer to review, as we do. It sounds so crisp when you do it in the microphone. So this is established in Detroit, Eastern Market Brewing Company, Frostbite. It's a 7% black IPA. So I've never even heard of a black IPA before you brought this to my attention.
Yeah,
I don't like IPAs.
I don't like hops.
I think Becca's like about to throw up. IPAs are just they're a beer snob's way of saying I'm a beer snob without liking the beer. Anyone that says they like IPAs can literally take their dick and cut it off and stick it up their own ass because they lie You don't like IPAs. They are meant to be bad. Bitter is a flavor that is meant to save your life from eating poison.
Oh, it's bitter.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Still,
If
like,
you
she
can see
hasn't,
my face right
she
now.
hasn't recovered.
There's a reason that for windshield washer fluid and antifreeze, we put a bitterant in it, is to make sure that people don't drink it. Bitter is the body's way of saying, don't drink this poison.
I think this is why it's called frostbite.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that you bring out an IPA and it's bitter as shit, and people go, ooh, it's so good. No, you're literally forcing your
try
body
that
to like something that is supposed to be...
I think that's why it smells like
She's trying
antifreeze.
it again.
Have you tried it yet, Fridge?
I'm
I'm afraid to try it
scared.
right now. And I'm
Because I saw Becca's face. I was
buzzed.
like,
I'm watching again.
It's better than
She looks like she doesn't want to swallow. And Tommy, is that
Swallow
the
it.
first time she's not swallowed?
Sorry, I'm trying not to burp in the mic.
You can burp in the mic all you want. It's in our intro. It sounds gross hearing you
It's-
drink it.
It's better
The second time around.
God.
It
I don't
is
want to try it the first time then.
It smells like chemical.
Oh, God, I haven't even smelled it.
Smells like
It's very different.
It's
Just do it.
No, you know what it smells like?
Flowers?
It smells like it smells like non-dried weed. It smells like weed before it's harvested and dried.
like a really good hydroponic.
I can't hear you in the mic.
like a
Thank you.
really good hydroponic.
Well, I definitely would not recommend it personally.
It straight up smells like the terpenes that you smell when you're burping your weed as you're drying and curing it. And I know this because I used to grow.
And I know I said I like dark beers, but IPAs, no. No.
I don't want to put this in my mouth.
I'll tell you what, he went for it.
Great. Congratulations. You're talking to a guy named Chugger who is a former alcoholic that doesn't want to put this in his mouth. What did you buy, Thomas?
Would you like me to pour?
Is it
it's
Edward?
not bad.
Edward.
Thomas
Okay,
Edward
it's not-
Knowlton
it's not
III.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Thomas Edward Norton III. What did you... Norton. Knowlton III. What did you bring to my house?
It's
What
not
did
as-
you leave in my fridge
It's not
for
as
weeks?
it's not as bad as the first drink. It gets better.
That's really what I want, is I want to hear something that tastes better. No, I'm not doing that. She comes over and tries to force drink me. Oh, man. You guys talk about it while I drink it.
See, I told you that microphone spins on its own. It's
It
not
does.
me.
This microphone has a mind of
Why
its
do I
own.
get grapefruit out of this?
Tighten the bottom.
We did.
Don't do it now. We'll do it later. Not that one. I'll show you guys later.
Okay.
Rank it, review it.
I like this better than the one I tried.
The oatmeal?
yeah.
The oatmeal cookie?
Yeah, I like this better than
Really?
that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't try it yet. I have to try it.
I'm waiting for him to be pretentious.
His face
Someone
looked like
take this.
my face.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God, it's awful. Okay, so we're not getting these kind again because they
It-
don't look very good.
It tastes exactly how it smells.
Well, it's called frostbite, so I think that's maybe a deterrent right there.
Anyone out there that has literally smelled uncured weed, it smells like you trimmed your weed, you put it in a jar to cure. It's that pungent, herby, grassy smell before it turns into that delicious smelling marijuana.
See, I don't mind it.
Good. You want this?
Well, I'm almost done with this.
I'm going
one.
to take a second sip since you guys say it's better on the second one.
Try
It is.
It is.
It is, but it's not.
Chug it.
You
Just
know,
chug it.
You guys are fucking stupid. Take this out of my hands. 1.6. I would drink it if I was drunk and needed more booze to be drunk.
I don't think I could. I think I'd throw it up.
Take another one.
Oh, that is
Okay.
god awful.
It's not terrible, is it, Fridge?
excuse me.
I think I'd rather drink expired milk.
Cottage cheese.
What the? If your body's making those sounds, dog, you should not be drinking this.
That was very guttural.
It sounded like someone moved a fucking corpse after a week of rot.
Just the stomach exploded.
Oh my god, my mouth has this fucking awful taste right now.
And I tried to get away from the mic when I did.
I have an aftertaste like I just
I
went.
can drink it, so I'll give it like a 2-2, but I would not.
I would give
On a
this
scale of 10?
on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a negative 1.5.
There's an aftertaste in my mouth that tastes like
hoppy IPA guy, so it's not my.
it tastes like I went down on a homeless woman.
Oh my God! How do you
many
know what
times
it
have you done
tastes
this?
How do I
like?
know? I don't want to get into that story this week, Becca.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh God.
it's awful.
Well, thank you guys for having me. It was fun.
Thank you.
Are you
I know
done?
I wasn't very well. I'm just saying. Can I not thank you guys
She's
for having me?
Why is the guest wrapping up the...
I'm just thanking you for having me. I'm excited to do the peanut butter. It was fun, and I'm just saying.
Why is the
we
guest leading the show?
We need more peanut butter to get that out of our mouth.
Yeah, no shit.
Where's number 4 at?
It's
Give me the
hidden somewhere.
Justin's butter. I mean, it's just Tommy. I'm buying the beer next time.
Okay, well, I bought 2 of them. Go ahead. I told you I'm not a beer snob.
I will
I'm just doing...
drink the Arizona hard watermelons over this all day.
Those were really good.
I would drink.
I drank 3 of them.
I would drink Colt 45 over this any day. I would drink Natty Ice. I would drink Bulldog. I would drink MD 2020. I mean, there's so many bad things I would drink over this.
Well, we're trying to support local.
We can
Support
local
good beer, not that.
Yeah, but we don't know. We've never had
We
it.
do now.
I don't buy craft beers, so I don't know.
Apparently.
They shouldn't sell that.
I literally went to the aisle, went to the craft beers, and like, okay, local. Okay.
And the one you guys did last week, the oatmeal one, it was the last one. Literally, there was only one.
That wasn't
And it said
bad.
limited time, so I'm
Yeah.
like, or
So
limited
we
edition or
thought-
whatever. So I'm like,
And I haven't tried it yet, so
Tommy,
I'll
if
have
you bring a bunch more of these, you're going to be limited edition yourself. So, all right,
my can's almost gone.
good for you.
Oh my
Drink more.
gosh. You're a mess.
And since I've had gastric,
I
I'm
need
really
some
feeling it
gas.
right now.
It tastes like you just licked the end of the microphone. Oh my god! It doesn't mix well with the peanut butter. Oh my god!
You should have
It does have a unique smell.
Yeah, I told you what it smells like.
cat pee.
Oh my god!
No, I smell like flowers.
Yes, that's what weed is. A flower, dog.
It's not weed to me, though.
I
It's not skunky.
I
Like
promise
Flonase?
you, you've never smelled wet, uncured weed because that is exactly what it smells like. That is the smell of uncured, wet, just trimmed marijuana.
I don't know.
I promise you. Anyway,
I feel the alcohol.
Tommy's drunk. We're gonna get going. We got to be up at 9 a.m. to start drinking on St. Patrick's Day. For those of you that tuned in this week, thank you so much. Next week,
That was not me.
Next week we have our guest. We're all drinking alcohol here. Next week we have our guest Warden Matt Weaver coming on the show. The week after that, we have some cool guests coming up. Dan Goggins, TJ Babinski. We have some fun people coming up. Thanks for tuning in, Becca. Thanks for coming on the show this week, putting up with your husband and his stupid friends.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't as entertaining as
You were plenty entertaining. Don't diss yourself. That brings us to the conclusion of Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. I'm James. That's Fridge, Tommy, and Becca.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on.
This has been Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. We have big opinions and even bigger appetites. Everyone loves food, but not like us. And everyone has an opinion, but not like us. Look, it's 3 foodies sitting around talking food, movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. And we have fun. We hope you did too. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit us up on Facebook and Instagram at Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, on X and TikTok at Monday Night MP. See you next time on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes.